Right guys, today we have another themed CSGO inventory, and if you can't tell by the knife and gloves, we're going to be running with a purple themed $50 inventory that you can pick up right now in CSGO. There's 19 skins in this that total for just over $50. It's $50.83 to be exact. As I say, there's 19 skins in there, and these prices are accurate as of the 16th of April 2023. It's amazing how much you can pick up. We're going to dive right into it. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're new around here. With a purple inventory, there's only one gun we can start this off with at this budget, and it's going to be a minimal wear Glock Moonrise. This is just absolutely iconic when it comes to like purple skins. I think just over $1 for it. Absolutely fantastic. This is like a fan favorite of just Glocks in general, especially at the budget range. And it's worth noting this one does have a stat track on it. All these prices are for non-stat track weapons because I use a skin generating server. If I have a stat track version of the gun, it shows the stat track regardless what I do. For the AK, I've had to improvise with picking up a slate and then putting on some normal, just like the paper stickers, the 9Z stickers from Antwerp on it. It comes in at just under $6, and this is because there's pretty much no real purple skins that were worth picking up. So we're going to go for a black skin with purple detail on it, and it kind of still ticks that box for us. And I know these gloves are stupidly expensive, but this combo actually slaps. For the USP, we're going to go with a minimal wear Black Lotus, and this is a skin I didn't pay much attention to at all until I got sent one. And it looks super clean in game, especially when you're playing on 16:9. That shift from 4:3 to 16:9, this skin just utterly pops. It's a wonderful USP option to have for this sort of thing. Then for the M4A1S, we're going to go with a Battle Scarred Night Terror, and the reason for this is the more Battle Scarred float you can get, the more purple this gun is. Obviously, if you pick it up factory new, it's not purple at all. The lower the wear, or sorry, the higher the wear you go, the more purple it gets. This seems to be a lower wear Battle Scarred, but I have had another version where it was like so far on the Battle Scarred, it's basically a bright purple. So this is a great option to pick up because outside of that, you're kind of limited for the A1S purple skins without jumping to what would be the $100 budget. Then for the A4, we're going to go for one of the first skins I ever purchased in CSGO, which is a Desolate Space, and this one's going to be field tested. Obviously, it's got that purple with that stripe of blue throughout, and then like the skull and the astronaut in the middle. But overall, this is a purple skin with some blue accents. Absolutely lovely, and it's $10 on the nose. And then as usual, with squeezing so many skins into this sort of budget, we do have a cheap and cheerful pickup with a 5.7 Violent Daimyo. I think that's how it's pronounced. Maybe I've butchered that completely, but this is minimal wear. 37 cents, and it is just one of those cheap skins that looks apart. And honestly, I think going through this, purple might possibly be the best theme to go for when it comes to budget skins in CSGO because of how many good options there are. On the note of good options, there's only two real hindrances with purple, and it is the AK and the op. But that means you can pick up this nice $50 budget, and then maybe the next time you spend $50 across an AK and an op. We've gone for an exoskeleton in this case. This one's field tested. It's $3.74. Exoskeletons are meant to be a mix of purple and green, depending on how they look in the light. You can see the sort of color changes there. It loses the purple as much in some of the lightness, but there you go, in the dark it looks fairly purple. So with the limited purple options in the op without having to spend big, I thought this was the best option to pick up. And I'm going to enforce a meta change with you because you're going to have to pick up a field tested crazy revolver for your purple pistol because there was no real Desert Eagle options. But I love the skin, and I've actually personally started to use the revolver a little bit. It is kind of a viable option to an extent. For the glill, we're going to go with the Old Faithful Chromatic Aberration. This one's field tested. It's $2.81. You can argue that this has a lot of pinks through it, but on all the other sites, this, like when you filter guns by color, this one pops up for purple, and there are bits of purple on it, so we're going to let it count in this case. For the Tech 9, you're going to want to spend just under $2 and pick up a Sandstorm. You can see how much purple's on this for then. It's a little bit of that like yellowy beige sort of color that comes through, but it is mostly purple, and there's no real other purple options when you're in this price range. Then for the Famous, you're going to go for a field test at Rapid Eye Movement, and this skin is pretty much a brightness skin, so you could even risk saving some money and going for a well-worn, and it's probably still going to look pretty damn sick. You'll have to get over the eyeballs looking weird though. So maybe if eyeballs creep you out, you don't pick this one up and you just continue with the rest of the theme. And the rest of the theme would be getting some dual Berettas FLORA Carnivora for $1.29. Obviously the top of these guns is, I'm going to say like a whitish sort of grey, but then it's got lots of purple with a little bit of green and some multicolour accents throughout. And just big fan of these. Some of the best dual Berettas in the game. For the Mac 10, there was really no other option to go with an ultraviolet, which is obviously black in the core with then those purple accents all around it. This one's field tested at just over $1. You can sort of climb the wears a little bit, but I think honestly this looks kind of nice, just those tiny little specks of like wear on the gun. Sometimes I'm not after a clean, perfect design. Sometimes you want it to look like it's been through a few matchmaking games. For the P250, slightly expensive for a well-worn, but $3.63, because it's the only real purple option that exists for a P250. It's going to be the Vino Primo, which is based on like Inferno, which is based in Italy. But the more wear it has, the more purple it looks, which is why we've gone for the well-worn. And you see it sort of falls into this purpley, maroony sort of color, where if you've got a low float version, it's going to be, I'm going to say, more pinkish. Then for the SG, you spend $2.21 and you pick up a Pulse, similar to the Chromatic Aberration. This is a skin that's got purple and pink through it, so you could argue it for both options. But again, limited when it comes to the SG purple options, so you're going to deal with a purple-pink mix in this case. Now, this is the third skin in this whole collection that goes more purple the more wear that's on it. And it's going to be the P90 Neo Coin, and I noticed this as soon as the Revolution case dropped. I actually included it in one of the TikToks when it dropped, that these well-worn, which is this version, and the battle scars look better in this skin than the factory new expensive versions did at the start. I think prices have sort of evened out a little bit now, because people have realised that the purple looks better, kind of similar to the Night Terror, but it looks so nice. And I don't know anyone that's actively bought an M249 skin, but here's a downtown and field test it. Again, purples with pinks and blues throughout. It's just another option to throw in here to sort of get as many skins as possible, and it's $1.21. The second last skin in this case is going to be a PP Bison Space Cat minimal wear for $1.27. You might notice at this point that we're getting a lot of different guns in here that maybe aren't used as often, but these are purple themed and we want to get as many in as possible. So here you go, you can pick up a Bison Space Cat. It's got purple accents with black and white throughout, and it fits in quite well. And then we start with a Moonrise, so we end with a Moonrise, this time with UMP and minimal wear for 81 cents, so under $1, and that's going to round off our $50 purple inventory. If you guys haven't noticed yet, we've started off with a $50 budget themed video so far, and I think I'm right in saying that we've obviously got this purple one, and then we've had a green, blue, and red so far. I think the plan is for a black and white video to come out, and then also a orange or yellow, depending on what's available, to come out as well. And then we'll move on to $100, but let me know what any specific themes or budgets you want to see, and we might be able to include it into a video. If not, we do have a dedicated skin section in the Discord, which is linked down below, and you can join in there, and we can chat about all different sort of skins in CSGO. But let me know which skin out of the 19 I've just shown was your favourite, and why. And make sure you like the video, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here, like I said at the start, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.